And I'm Dr. Francis Veltri.
Here we
They didn't hear
go.
what you were just saying?
They didn't hear a thing I just said. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Love and Improv. I'm your host, Nelson Velazquez.
And I'm Francis Veltri. Dr.
Eh,
Francis Veltri.
Dr. Francis Veltri, and we are the Love Guys. Welcome to Love and Improv, a show that takes your relationship questions and answers them to the best of our ability using our own love lives and our knowledge of improv put together. Francis, it has been a long time. A lot of things have changed over the last few weeks
But like
since we have done a show.
last few hours, probably, because I haven't checked my Twitter account or Facebook or even Fox News. So,
Oh, don't check Fox News ever. But if you were to check, good news is that nobody is trying to break into my house right now to take over
right.
this show.
Nobody's
So
trying to
that's a
steal a
good thing.
podium from your house right now.
You know what though? I kind of need a podium. So if that dude wants to come by and bring it, that would be great. Or I need a gavel as well.
Yeah. Check Craigslist. One slightly used gavel. One ripped up State of the Union speech.
I know it's a joke out there. I'm going to take credit for it though. There is one joke that I've been seeing that I've really been liking it, and it's like I no longer respect Nicolas Cage for stealing the Declaration of Independence. I'm like, gosh, that's funny. That's just funny.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like gosh, compared to that, look at what these guys did. They got
Yeah,
Nancy
exactly.
Pelosi's gavel, dude. Come
Not as
on.
impressive as you thought.
Oh my goodness. You've weathered 2020. We
Oh my
talked
God.
on the previous shows. We've talked about your new calendar system.
Yeah, it did
where
work.
it didn't work. Do you want to run us through that real quick?
Well, right. I thought we could start 2021 earlier by starting it on December 15th. So we get into 2021, basically on December 15th. And, well, guess what? 2021 stinks just like 2020 did.
Didn't it?
It's
Yeah.
like, not that I expected something magical, but it's like 2021 is trying to outdo 2020 already. Sort of like, oh, hold my beer, 2020. And here you
Yeah.
go. I got this. Don't worry. So it is not getting better. It is not
No.
getting better.
I feel kind of betrayed by the calendar. I was
Sure.
trying to go with the Mayan calendar, and that one ran out early. And so then I tried switching over to a Native American one. That didn't happen either. Well, Native American meaning in the United States.
I was just gonna say, aren't Mayans Native American?
Yeah, they are Native American.
Well, I mean, they wouldn't be Native American; they'd be native of the
native
Americas. But
of the
they didn't
Americas.
call it the Americas then.
They called it
Maize. I don't know.
they called it something. So yeah, and then now I thought 2021. I wasn't expecting it to be just like I just wanted it to be quiet. That's what I wanted.
I
Just
thought
quiet.
we'd have a lull. I thought we'd
Yeah.
go like 2020. Oh, I can breathe. Let me take a moment. I'll be fine. I'm gonna put down the shock paddles. I'm gonna be fine. Maybe about April, I'll start feeling a little bit. But it's just gonna be. Oh no. It's like 2021 just said, screw you, 2020. I can do this better. It's sort of like it's like two mafia gangs fighting each other for some turf.
Gotcha. Yeah, I felt like I bitch slapped by 2021. I was like, psych,
Sure.
bam. Okay, you fucked up, and like that's what happened. That's what I feel like. Like,
But
I
you know
was
what?
expecting something completely different.
And you know what? I don't think relationships have done well either. I think people were saying, I think they were going to say, oh, 2021, we're going to start a new year. And then, people are finding out their spouses are going to Washington, D.C. Like, what? My wife went where?
Let me get this straight. You're going to a rally, and then you are going to go to a riot. Okay, what time will you be home?
I thought you were going to a rallies. And it was going to be right down the street.
No, she went to
I-
Iraq's. She went to a rack. And got a rack of shotgun.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
headed down to the rally at that point.
Yeah, so that's where I think, again, relationships are already feeling 2021. Because, I mean, obviously, in 2020, a lot of stress being around your loved one a lot. If you're married, if you're dating somebody, if you're, sheltered in place.
If you're booty calling in the middle of a pandemic.
Forget it. Forget it.
Right.
I mean, you're kind of stuck with the booty that you called in April.
Exactly. Like, who wants 8-month-old booty?
On a booty call.
On a booty call.
Right. I mean, I'm not saying that old booty is bad.
Right.
I mean, the beauty is in the behind of the booty.
True. Booty is in the eye of the beholder.
Right. Mm-hmm. But, especially the brown eye. But what I'm saying is, if you're on a booty call, that booty call is not over. Okay?
No, it's not.
And
over.
you're kind of stuck.
No, yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. I think that I think for this year, I think you and I are going to be in business for a while. We've got one more episode scheduled. Only one more. Only one more. But if the demand, I expect the demand for our expertise to skyrocket in 2021 because people thought 2021 new president, maybe. New administration, maybe. Right? A vaccine.
New vice president, maybe.
We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen in 2021. So you guys are stuck. So you're going to need to come to us to get that stuff.
It's just as another, again, not only relationships, but life. We counsel on that as well. Embrace the change or lack of change. Embrace the unknown. Be like Captain Kirk. He didn't care who he slept with.
Yeah.
Embrace the green chick. Embrace the Thelusian home mincher.
Love it. I love it. That's why I think that's a good segue. I think we should go into our very first question. I think you had some really good questions come in.
I did.
Through your channels. I've got one that came in through mine. So I think between the two of us, I think we've got a show. So let's hear your first one. And
before you do, could you remind people where they can email these to?
Absolutely.
So take them after the show too, where these came from.
Yeah. So if you've got relationship questions right now, and you want to put them in the chat, put them in the chat. Whatever chat you're in, just put them in. We'll read them, and we'll use them for the show. If you want to do it confidentially, you can email them to love@improductionsllc.com. I probably should have a little at the bottom of it just to say that. But
how hard is that to write that down?
It's not that hard. It's Love In Productions LLC. It's all over our stuff. You click. You're on our website. You're on our Facebook. You can spell In Productions LLC. One of these days, I'm going to change the name of this group to be more memorable.
I remembered already. So
thank you. Thank you so much. Lisa Zaney, by the way, says hello and is cheering for us at this point. So just let you know.
Hola, Ms. Zaney.
Hola, Ms. Zaney. All right, let's go to our first question.
Sure. It's Dear Love Guys. That would be us.
That's us.
And it says, I like motorcycles. Really, really fast motorcycles. Mm-hmm. My wife gets scared and says that I will get killed someday and leave her to raise our 5 children. I think she's silly and has no business telling me what to do with my free time. I'd leave her, but all the motorcycles are in her name because of a bankruptcy I filed a few years ago.
Wow.
What should I do? Signed, Shake and Bake.
Shake and Bake. When I think of Shake and Bake, I think of Talladega Nights.
Right. Shake
and Bake. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I gotta go like that.
Yeah, it's the other side. Bake.
Sorry.
Okay.
Shake.
Bake. Yep. So that's what I think of. So motorcycles. His girlfriend or his wife?
It says wife.
His wife thinks that he is going to splatter his brains all over the side of the road and leave her alone with 5 children.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me your thoughts on this one. What do you?
Well, first of all, I think that he is being a little selfish. Obviously.
Okay.
And also a little stupid for putting the motorcycles in his name, but I understand why I did it because of the bankruptcy. I get it. That's understandable.
Yeah.
But he has been a little foolish. He has 5 kids, and obviously the wife is the responsible one.
Yep.
So, I really have a hard time taking his side, except she kind of knew what she was getting into when she married him.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't say how long. I'm assuming he's done it for all of his life because of the bankruptcy and whatever. But
Yeah, I think that this goes down to the sense of like boundaries. Like, what is your boundary with your partner? And it's important that if there are things that are not negotiable with your boundaries, you need to let your partner or your scene partners know about. That's something that I like to do a lot in my classes and my workshops. Is I like to ask them, like, what are your any boundary issues that you have? And a lot of the times it's like, no, that's what they'll say. And then they'll be like, you'll talk about koalas, and some person will be like, can we not talk about koalas? Because I got my face scratched off. It's a brand new face, and it's bringing back trauma. Right? So you find out really quickly, like, what people are comfortable talking about and what they're not comfortable talking about. So I like asking that question, and it also sets you up for like, okay, like maybe there's certain things, of course, like common decency kind of things, but as far as like, don't be a dick, but but as far as like getting to know somebody and being comfortable and being able to trust that person, you got to set your boundaries. And the way I look at it for this relationship is that if he set the boundary of like, I'm gonna ride or die, and she was like, yeah, I'm a ride or die chick. Well, you kind of have to accept the die part. Just take a lot of insurance on him, like a whole lot of life insurance, and
right,
you might be all right.
Sworn to fun, loyal to none.
But my personal boundary, which my wife does a fantastic job of towing. She does not cross that line. She's never come between me and my art. Like, I made that non-negotiable when we first met. It's like I told her, if you ever get between me and my art, you lose every time.
Wow.
And she was like, she was down. She's been down ever since. Like, she lets me do so many things that are artistic that, she's super dope, like, in that way. And then at the same time, I have to like regulate myself of like not doing too much, which is almost impossible, but trying to like keep it so that I am home and I'm around for her and the kids as well. So I think there's a balancing act, but I'm with you. Like, there's a boundary that he set and she knew it, like getting into the relationship, great. If she expected him to change, she should have communicated that. If she did communicate that to him, then I think he also bears a responsibility to like pull back from that, or just take into consideration her feelings and the way she feels about it. It sounds like that's what he's doing with this letter.
Right. And I didn't know this thing on boundaries either with improv. So that's really interesting because I think that if I was in one of your classes and you said, what are my boundaries? I probably would say I want to be touched on in the bathing suit areas.
You want to be touched.
I want to be touched.
Okay.
In the scene. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a really rare. Really? It's really rare I hear that. Yeah, most of my like, I don't even allow that. Like, that's one of the best things about Zoom is I no longer have to talk about that part. Of like, hey, I'm gonna reach down here.
Woo!
See, like that doesn't happen in my classrooms anymore because of Zoom. I've only have one couple that's the Zanies who are watching us right now. They're the only ones that are co-located. I've not had anybody who's co-located with like 2 people in the same house where they could actually touch each other. So like, it's been kind of a blessing in that from that perspective with regards to boundaries.
Right. Because, growing up in the time before we discussed boundaries, there was a lot of probably inappropriate touching going on.
Yeah, there was a lot of it. There was a lot.
I don't know if it was intentional.
I'm not going to step on that one. I'm just going to say people felt uncomfortable in the past. Some people felt not comfortable in the past, like comfortable and uncomfortable. It sounded to me like you didn't get touched enough.
I was like, why? What's wrong with me? Why aren't you touching me?
Right. I promise you, when things clear up and we're in the same room, you will be touched all over by me. I promise.
Oh, no, it's only probably because of the other improv group I'm in. It seems to be there's a lot of touching, and that a lot of touching.
Lot of touching.
A lot of touching.
Wow. So for these guys, like, let's do a scene.
Sure.
About boundaries. Let's do a scene about boundaries.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, we'll just try something real quick. Here we go.
Okay, that'd be great. Let me move my prop here.
Okay, move your prop.
Can you see that? No, that's good.
Okay. Okay. I'm a Sith Lord.
I'm a porn star.
Okay, Ron. That's not gonna. This is supposed to be the biggest battle on Tatooine between the Sith and the Jedi, and you are bringing in those kinds of things.
Because I'm a porn star. I was holding a dick.
Yeah, I know what you're holding, Ron. Okay, like that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Like, can we do one of my scenes instead of doing like something always where I have to touch you or I have to do something with you constantly?
It's not really my dick.
I doesn't matter, okay? I know you're trying to do that whole Boogie Nights thing. Like, no. It makes me uncomfortable.
Okay, I won't be jerk jiggler again.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's do the scene again. Okay.
Okay, cool. All right. I am a Sith Lord.
I'm a horny Sith Lord.
Okay, Ron, no. What? You can't be, number one, you can't be another Sith Lord. Okay, I know they come in pairs, but still, I need an adversary.
I never saw Star Wars. I saw Star Wars.
Oh, how can you never see Star Wars? You saw the parody of the movie before you saw the actual movie?
I didn't even see the actual movie. I saw Star Wars.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let me teach you real quick. You are a Jedi Master. You are good. You're a good person. I'm the dark side. Have you ever heard use the Force?
I've heard use the horse.
You're a good guy. No sex. Let's do it again. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
I am a Sith Lord.
I am a Sith Lord too.
Close enough. And that scene. Let's take it from there. Yes.
That was
you
my
brought up the porn stash. Wow.
That wasn't even the good porn stash. I couldn't find my.
that looked like your Italian, like Mario Brothers porn stash.
like I just got beat up by Luigi.
This is a Mario.
I'm gonna win.
So yeah, I mean, I think again, like in that scene, we discussed our boundaries, what the boundary issues are between the characters, and what's acceptable, what isn't. And I think what she should do is have that. He should have that conversation with her again of like this is a part of my life, this is integral to me, and work out a deal, like some kind of compromise, so that they can move forward, just like our scene between the two Sith Lords. And the porn stash.
I think that the other thing is that there was no dry humping, which I think would have. That's what that scene would have had
right.
We been a realistic.
Right.
So you can see that there was some artistic license in that scene.
I can tell. I can tell that you've gone down that road. So thank you.
So there you have it.
That's phenomenal. You know what? Let's go to a commercial break. We're going to do our first sponsor here. We're being sponsored again tonight. Can you believe that? We are being sponsored tonight. We are being sponsored tonight by Improductions. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Improductions. Did you know, ladies and gentlemen, that that's my face that's on the screen right now? I am doing a Producing Made Easy workshop where I just divulge all kinds of information as to how you hold auditions, you rehearse, you host, you broadcast, market, your show. Like you're like, hey, I'm stuck in the house again in 2021. The entire country is burning itself down, and I need to get my artistic vision out there before the jackboots come for me. This is a good workshop for you to be a part of. It's 1 to 4 p.m. tomorrow. $30. Go to improductionsllc.com. Sign on up. It's going to be very fruitful with information, and you can ask me a lot of questions because I've been doing this for over 15 years, and I think I know a little something about putting together a production. You know what I'm saying? Is that right, Francis?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. With that said, let's go to our next. Letter here. Are you ready? Dear love guys, I got this one sent to me.
Oh sure,
That's you and me. That's you and me.
Yeah.
A man has been reaching out to me on social media for 3 years. He claims to be in love with me after having met me once.
Wow.
I believe him. I may feel the same way towards him. The problem is, I've ignored him. I blocked him on all social media, but he keeps finding ways to contact me. He even had flowers delivered to my house. To tell the truth, I ghosted him because I'm terrified of what our love at first sight connection could mean. I've been hurt in the past, and I know a relationship of this magnitude could destroy me emotionally. I feel terrible for ignoring him, but my friends and family insist that he's a stalker, and they would never understand if I decided to pursue a relationship with him. I feel paralyzed. What should I do? Confused out east.
By the way, I've never been convicted as a stalker, and this woman
Only been charged.
I was just being nice. I was just being nice.
Hey man, hey listen, when you follow somebody for 3-4 hours in your car and you've got that mustache on, it's not stalking. It's not stalking. It is role playing. One-sided role playing at this point.
No, that wasn't me, obviously.
That wasn't you.
But so tell it. So confused, right? Was that her name? Confused.
Yes, it was. Let me look it up again. It is confused out east.
Confused seems to have some. First of all, she likes him, and then she doesn't like. So I'm confused by her confusion.
So she is ignoring him because she feels the same way. She's scared of the emotions of this love at first sight attraction of like, this is too powerful for me, and I'm scared that if I jump into this, it's probably going to hurt me later down the road.
In this letter, it seems like they only met once.
Yeah, they've only met once.
And everything else has been online. So how did he get her address? So unless she gave it to him to send the flowers, so she's like involved in this.
I'm gonna guess it's some government conspiracy. That's gonna be my guess. Like she knows someone in the FBI or CIA.
Where goes one, we go all, right?
Yeah, exactly. www.1.ga.com. All of those, like I'm guessing that he's got connections and he's just really good at Google. He has that on his resume. He puts it in the special abilities area.
Yeah, that's the thing. I never think of Googling anything. So,
I know some government officials that don't do the same thing. Is that weird? Wow.
They're just busy on Twitter. Hey, but seriously, this woman seems to have good friends, and they're concerned about her.
And family.
Yes. So, I mean, I'm hard pressed. I'm all for the underdog meeting the woman of his dreams. But at the same point, it is a little weird. When you're in this sort of situation, you should back off pretty quickly. Because you've only met the woman once and you've had an online relationship with her. So I don't know I think it's like being in a scene. And then the other person in the scene starts a new scene. And the old one isn't over yet.
Gotcha.
So I don't know if they're on the same page.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think they are. I don't think they are on the same page.
So what's your advice to this confused person? Does she just say, "Hey, I'm going to call the cops," or does she need to see him in person? How does she end this? This guy can't take a hint.
Well, I think she needs to come. I don't know where this is coming from. Where's that coming from? Hold on a second. There you go. All right. So I think what's going on with regards to that relationship is that it's that she's scared to jump in, right?
Right.
Like she doesn't know what the water looks like. She thinks she knows what the water looks like. She's not willing to jump in. She's not willing to put herself out there, right? So from that perspective, like I think what her problem is like she feels a certain way, but she's scared to explore it. And all the signs, it's a very R. Kelly moment. My mind is saying no, but my heart is saying yes. Right? It's that kind of moment, and I think that's where they're gonna go with. They're gonna go with this whole thing of this whole idea of like, don't feed into it because your mind is like giving you 29 billion reasons to say no to it, and you might be more in love with the idea of what that could be than instead of the that's the whole idea of it, and then the idea of like actuality, right? Like just so you can be in love or romantic about it, of like we met, it was love at first sight, and then like he stalked me a little bit, and that's okay, and then now I'm gonna get together with him, and that's like really powerful because you like everybody wants those like movie moments, and then you've got and then he followed me home late at night with his car lights off, and he was peeping in my window, and he found out where I lived, and he forged a check in my name, and he bought Bitcoin with it. Like you have those two dichotomies like against each other, right? So
I just want to go back for a second.
yeah,
Did you reference R. Kelly, who's in prison?
yes, I did do an R. Kelly reference, who is also in prison.
Who's in prison? And that guy from East Chicago beat him up. So it could.
Yeah, that's what I heard. He got beat up in jail.
Yeah, by a guy from East Chicago, Indiana, so he could bring light to his injustice in jail. But anyway, I don't know. I just got sidetracked with R. Kelly. Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, it kind of brings to a point of like, there's some creepy dudes out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, R. Kelly. That's what. Yeah, right. He's a creepy dude.
So from that perspective, I think I think with her, there's two ways you can go with this from an improv perspective. Like the improviser in me kind of goes like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Right? Jump in, see what happens. You might get hurt. Yeah, like you have to take risks in life. You have to take risks with your improvisation. If you don't take risks, you're never going to play to the full potential of what you have to offer. Right. And your relationships are the same way, right? Like if you don't jump into your relationships with commitment, then they're not worth doing, in my opinion, right? And then there's like the practical part of me that kind of goes like, yeah, this doesn't look good if you're improvising with somebody who's really creepy and it kind of freaks you out, does weird things. Yeah, if you're doing, if you're like with, Pennywise the clown on stage, right? And you're improvising with Pennywise, like, yeah, that's probably a good sign. You probably shouldn't do that red balloon scene. Like, you shouldn't do it at that point. Right. So I'm kind of torn on this one. Like, again, my mind is telling me no, but my heart is saying yes. I don't know what to tell her.
I would tell her that, I would use the whole "there are many fish in the sea" and try to find one that's not a stalker.
That's a good idea. That's pretty simple.
Yeah, I think you have to go with the simple, the most simple tactic here, because anything convoluted, hey, I'm going to give him 20 minutes. If he starts trying to go down my pants, it's over. Wait, that's too much in the flow chart. So I think you just need to make it a yes or no. And that's it.
Okay, well that's pretty simple. Let's do a scene. Let's do a scene about this. I got some ideas.
Oh my god! Yeah,
I got some ideas. All right, here we go. Let's just to be clear, we're at a carnival. Okay.
Okay.
At a carnival. All right.
Okay.
Hello, child.
Hi! I like clowns.
Ooh, watch this.
Wow! Thank you. For me?
just for you, child.
I've got to go. My mom is probably looking for me. I'm going to leave.
Oh, but I have candy. I have
Candy?
candy. You like candy, don't you?
Well, I have a gun here.
Oh, please don't shoot me.
Oh, darn it. You were supposed to be scared.
Oh, but I am scared if you leave.
Okay, then I'll stay. Or maybe I'll go. It seems very, I don't know. I don't want to give you the wrong impression, Mr.
Penny. Wise.
Mr. Penny. Wise. I don't want to give you the... I don't... Are you Chang? Well, you look really nice and everything's really fun here, but everybody says I shouldn't be talking to clowns, but...
Oh, who is everyone? Perhaps you should listen to your heart and not your mind. What does your heart tell you, child?
It tells me you're kind of creepy.
You think? Oh, I think I see the situation.
I think I'm just gonna go play some video games by myself. Okay.
Oh, listen to your heart,
I'm
child.
gonna go. Thanks a lot. You're really a weird dude,
Oh,
Penny guy.
I have an Xbox game. It's red. It's called Balloon Freakout.
Wow, that sounds so very interesting.
Oh, it is.
Know.
It is. It's a game where a child chases down a boat in a river of water to a manhole where there is a red balloon waiting for him.
What are the chances of that being fun? A lot, I'd say.
Let's find out. Here you go, child. Chase it! Chase it, young man!
Hell, the kids have been missing over here. I don't know. What the hell are you doing in here, you crazy man?
Hello, Freddy. You remember me?
Yeah, I remember you.
Oh! 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 Oh!
Remember, kids, always look behind when you're behind a bleacher or alone and there's somebody in a clown costume. Just beat the heck out of them. That's what I do.
Let's see. People love kid scenes like that. They love that.
Oh, that was classic improvisation.
There's a great
you can get nowhere else.
Great Pennywise, by the way.
Well, thank you. I was trying to channel my inner Tim Curry, and instead I got Tim Duncan. All right, I'm gonna go to our next. We're going to another sponsored segment. Guess what? We're sponsored again by In Productions. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you're enjoying what you're watching, what you're listening to right now, I think you'll enjoy seeing not only myself but Francis perform in The Grid. What is The Grid, you ask yourself? It's an online improv showcase where we do short form improv games based off of your suggestions. This is our first week back in 2021 after 30, almost 40 weeks in 2020. We never thought this show would continue week after week after week, but it is, and it's going to continue 2021. Lots of new people, lots of things happening. So go check that out at InProductionsLLC.com, Saturdays at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, and you can see Francis and myself do some funny improv.
With Pennywise.
With every scene will have Pennywise within it at this point. Speaking of Pennywise, I think it'd be wise to move on to our next letter. What's our next letter?
Oh, okay, sure. I have one right here. This is very interesting. It's Dear Love Guys. My boyfriend just brought home a dog.
Oh.
Her name is Bailey, not her real name.
So, well, hold on. Freeze. So the dog's name is kept being incognito at this point. Okay,
Yes.
Continue.
My name is Bailey, not her real name. My boyfriend, Buster, not his real name,
Bailey
thinks it's really funny that he named the dog after me. I get really upset when he calls for Bailey and is actually calling for the dog. I don't like being called as a dog.
Okay.
And she also says, I have another problem because I think Buster likes Bailey better than me. Signed, Busted. Or Bailey, I guess.
Busted Bailey.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is like bringing in a pinch hitter for a slugger on your team. Like you've got the slugger, and you're like, you know what, Jose, Mr. Canseco, you know what, put the bat down. You know what, we're gonna throw in Francis Veltri. He's gonna go ahead and pinch hit for you.
We're going to put Ricky Henderson in.
Right. Well, Ricky Henderson at the later part of his career.
Yeah, later part of it.
Yeah, later part of his career.
Later in.
Like we're gonna just put. Why would you do that? Like
That's a mean... Buster is mean.
Yeah, Buster sounds like a Buster. Mm-hmm. Know what I'm saying? Like he's a Buster.
So, again, another problem that doesn't really have... It seems like a pretty obvious answer, which is get rid of the dog or get rid of Buster. But I don't think that's the answer that they're looking for.
No, I don't think so.
Because they want to work this out. That's what we're here for. We're here to not make fruit salad. We're here to make a fruit smoothie.
Ooh, I like that. It's
Sure.
a little bit of wheat germ.
A little bit of, yeah. And with the blender, so it's just not so noisy and it annoys your spouse or significant other.
Right. It's got the special lid that you pull down over the blender.
Right. So it's not like,
the sound.
I can't hear my episode of MASH. You know what I mean?
Because millennials are watching MASH. Let me tell you, they're all
What
watching.
What are they watching? What are millennials watching? That's a good.
They're watching the Queen's Gambit.
Oh, on Netflix.
On Netflix, that's what they're watching.
Okay, and then anything else that they're watching? Are they? Because I'm watching old people shows. A lot of the shows I watch have advertisements for Metamucil.
Okay.
For AARP.
Okay.
And catheters.
Ooh, that's a
Catheters
catheter.
in bulk.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff I'm watching. So obviously, I'm skewing into an older age group.
You are. But
But I do appreciate new catheters. New catheters are really good. I have to say, I buy them in bulk. I love it.
So I guess with regards to having the right TV show, what would be the appropriately age? So we got to pick something in between a MASH and a Queen's Gambit that will hit the Generation X area. What's something that fits in there?
That fits in there. It's got to be like
Friends.
Full House. Friends.
I like Full House better. I don't like Friends.
You think? Oh well, yeah. Except that there's that convict that's on Full House. So Lori Loughlin. So I don't know
well, she's vicious, from what I've heard.
She was in the Big House
for
2 months.
Yep. She's got a tattooed
she lived
tear.
hard. Yeah.
Tattooed tear.
I wonder if when she got to prison, like if it was like, hey, Essay, you gotta kill somebody.
Hey, I'm Becky. Listen, you got to do some work. Put in some work for us. The Aryan Nation needs your help right now. Yeah.
Yeah, if not,
no disrespect to the Aryan Nation, by the way. No disrespect. Just saying, if anyone could get Aunt Becky to do something really bad, it's them. Okay.
Yeah, otherwise that 2 months becomes a hard 2 months
Yeah.
in the big house.
Yeah, I wonder if she was put into. I know so much about prison, never having been there. Hoping to God I never go. But I know so much about prison, so we could. That's a whole other show. It's called Love and Locked Up in Improv.
Hey, can I have a suggestion? Something you find, something the screws find in your jail cell.
Can I please get something you would improvise a shank from? Oh, okay. Oh, I heard light bulb.
Toothbrush. Paper mache made out of my own spit.
The inner lining of my underwear. Okay, we can work with that. Yeah, so we'll go with the Full House analogy. It's kind of like, didn't they change out somebody? Oh, they changed out the lead. Believe it or not, Bob Saget was not originally cast in the pilot for Full House.
Really?
He was not their first choice. He was
Well,
not
probably
their first
because
choice.
he wasn't funny, but he was.
He was killing it. He was killing it back in the day. I've never
was.
watched his stand up actually. They had another actor, and I can't remember his name, but he had like sitcom experience.
Okay.
And
where do you put that on your resume? Sitcom experience. I do hang gliding, chess.
That's in the
sitcom
special
experience.
abilities area of your have a license, have a passport, have insurance, and have sitcom experience. But they reshot the entire pilot. They shot for shot, reshot the entire pilot with Bob Saget. Like the whole thing, reshot the whole thing with Bob Saget. And they're like, yeah, we like this guy better. And which is bizarre. So Full House could have been a completely different show. Bob Saget saved Full House.
In the parallel universe theory, when there's an infinite number of parallel universes, there is probably a universe where Bob Saget is not on Full House.
True.
That would be a strange and sad place.
Yes. It's
Probably another one where...
David Hasselhoff.
Right. Or there's probably another one where Lori Loughlin did like 20 years in prison.
Ooh. You know what? Let's see what 20 years of prison does to Lori Loughlin. Let's see what that scene might look like. Hold on, I gotta go over here.
Hello?
Hey.
I'm glad you could finally come to see me. It's been so long since I've been able to see you. You promised that once you got out, you would find that evil person who tricked me into getting my daughters into college.
Hey, Uncle Jesse works at his own pace, okay?
But you've got to understand, I didn't think I'd be in here this long. It was only supposed to be for 2 months, and now it's almost 20 years.
Shh. Lori, you gotta stay strong. Sorry, I meant to call you Becky. Becky, you gotta stay strong.
They make me do things here. They make me do things I don't want to do.
Did you follow the instructions I gave you?
Yes, I even did the part where I pretended that I changed the thing with the thing and everybody was happy on the show, but when I did it here, they just got more mad.
Oh, that's why those Hollywood writers are complete hacks that worked in every other place but prison. I don't understand.
Have you seen the Olsen sisters?
Oh yeah, they're growing up. They're so big now.
It's just, I don't understand. I mean, they make me do things here like I had to recite the whole episode where I had to make the baby formula again and then go to the talent show.
Babe, you were so good in that episode. Uncle Jesse would never let anyone remember anything differently. You were spectacular. And when I get you out of here, you're going to return to your former glory.
I know, it would be great, but there's something I have to tell you. It's just that these past few years, I've been selling drugs in prison just to make ends meet.
I don't remember that episode, Becky.
No, I've been really selling drugs and selling my body to make ends meet.
That's my Becky. Always resilient. Always telling those girls what to do and doing it with a smart quip.
I think when I get out of here, I'm going to do my own TV show. I'm going to talk to Netflix about something about, like, these orange jumpsuits we're in and everything. That's going to be great. I bet you we could get somebody to buy that in some show or maybe as a movie or something.
Oh, babe, yeah, that's a great idea. Orange is the New Black is casting right now. I think you'd be perfect for it.
What? I can't get out of here. That was my idea.
I'm sorry.
And so now, I have to. Bertha wants me to do another. I have to do the show where I dress up like a guy and then undress and become a girl again. It's this reverse transgender
Hey, that's acceptable now. Just embrace it. This is just something you can add under your special abilities on your resume.
Yeah, I know you're right. You're right. It's just that I don't know. It just seems like Hollywood's so far away. Do you think they'll remember? Because I think when I get out of here, I want to be an actress again.
Hey, when you get out of here, you're gonna be the best darn actress ever. Uncle Jesse loves you.
I love you too. I love you too. Don't get there right now! I'll get there when I'm done ready! I hate you! I gotta go. I'm sorry.
I love you.
I love you.
And that's scene! That's exactly how Lori Loughlin is spent. Wow.
What is that? I didn't know. Here's how bad I am at Full House. I didn't know you were Jesse until you said, I'm Jesse.
Oh, well, I thought I was going to be Lori Loughlin. And then you started talking. I was like, I guess I'm Uncle Jesse now. Excellent.
Well, I thought you had a deep voice. I was like, oh, because
I did, because she got hardened over time. But then as soon as she said, I'm Uncle Jesse now. Cool.
But you actually looked like a good Jesse. You actually looked really good.
Was it Jesse and the Cruisers? What was the name of his band?
Oh,
I think it was Jesse and the Cruisers or something like that. Like some dumb name for a band, but they were like a legit band from what I remember. Someone in the chat put that. What is the name of Uncle Jesse's band?
Why did I not watch more Full House?
I could not remember any of the names of the characters because I get all my TGI Friday ABC's shows like mixed up. Yeah. So I was like, was this the one with DJ? Was DJ in this one? And was Max or something? I don't remember her name. The quirky friend. And I couldn't remember any of the names of the characters except you said Olsen twins. I was like, oh yeah, Olsen twins were in it.
That's all I knew. I couldn't remember anybody. So I gotta watch some more Full House.
So do I.
Yeah.
Wow. What was the original issue? I don't remember.
It was about a dog being the same name as
what it was. That's what it was. I don't know what this scene had to do with that per se. I just wanted to see Lori Loughlin after 20 years. And
I was hot though. I was still hot.
You were pretty hot. You were pretty hot
as Lori Loughlin. Is it Lachlan or Laughlin, by the way?
Laughlin. I'm thinking of the dog girl that sings a sad dog song. You know, the commercials for the dogs that are.
You know what?
Sarah
You actually
Lachlan?
found something I know less than Full House about. Is that commercial with the dog singer?
Well, you're the guy watching Viagra commercials.
Well, if it was like some sort of like tea that helps your memory, yeah, I'd probably know about it. But
Yeah, you'll once you see the commercial, it plays, you'll remember it. So he's trying to replace her. This scene had nothing to do with this advice. It was just fun. So he's trying to replace her with the dog. You know, and I think it's not. I don't think the relationship's worth keeping. Like, I think this is where you cut your ties if you're trying to be replaced. Like,
if you were the dog, you know, I think you should move on. That's the only salvageable one in this whole relationship.
Yeah.
Is the dog.
Don't stay together just for the puppies. You know,
Sure.
like
Don't.
they gotta stay together for, like, you know, don't stay together just because you love the dog. Like, obviously this guy's got either he's got some kind of weird fetish, or he is just really about replacing you with something that doesn't talk back. Well,
That's another thing on this show. I'm surprised we don't get more fetish questions. You know, aren't you that, you know, I'm a furry, I'm trying to find other furries, something like that, or I can't find a website that's my particular fetish.
Look, we invite all the furries, bronies, and Sith goths out there to submit their fetish questions to us to answer with their relationships. Relationship questions. But let's be more specific. You know, we invite all of you to submit those to us.
I don't need a question like, hey, where do I get a new brony outfit? I don't. That don't come to us for that.
Right, no,
That's
no.
Or, you know, I'm a masochist in search of a sadist.
Right.
Right. And this is not one of those meetup places.
We're more of like, hey, I'm Cher. I'm looking for my Sonny.
Right. Exactly. Or I'm a transvestite Cher, and I'm looking for my transvestite.
Transgenders. No,
okay. You know what? I did say that wrong. I don't know. Don't you know, at some point, and I think it should be my age, whatever age I am, that I'm just too old to change. I'm just too, I mean, we should just pretty much say, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, I think I'm at that age where you're like, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Hey, you got a lot, you're the one with a law degree, man. You
don't we do that with old people? I mean, we did that with old people in VCRs back in my day. Oh, Grandpa doesn't understand the VCR. Don't worry about it. We'll just do it for him.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's take it. This is Lori Loughlin after 50 years. Lori Loughlin.
You want to be Lori Loughlin?
Yeah. You be Lori Loughlin. I'm going to be Uncle Jesse. This is 50 years later. Let's find out what happened. Whoa. Hey, babe.
Hey, Jesse. How are you?
I can barely hear you.
I'm sorry. I've just been in here, and I miss you so much. I got a lead part in the prison play, and I just wanted you to know it's beautiful. Look, they dyed my hair. I'm gonna be Ophelia.
Wow. Lucky for... I mean, you look old. Hello, Lori.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, babe, come on. Come on.
Hey, Jesse. I'm so glad you can make it here.
Yeah.
I just got the lead in the
You just told me that,
prison
sweetie. You just told me that.
play. I did?
Yeah.
Did I tell you I got the lead of Ophelia and Othello?
Yeah, you did. You told me that already.
Right?
Yeah.
So what's
he-
new with you?
Hey, first of all, I've got fantastic genes, so I don't look like I ever age. Yeah, you look like crap. I'm sorry.
Did I tell you I got the new play? I got a role of Ophelia, and Othello. Did I tell you that?
Okay. Hey, listen, I gotta go, sweetie. It was a nice try. We tried. We had full house. We had fuller house. Then we had the fullest house. I've tried to keep things going, but I don't think we're ever going to get you out of here. You burned the Ivy League school system too hard, and they're not willing to relinquish any of the years against your sentence. So I'm gonna just say
I don't
this is
understand
goodbye.
why they're gonna send me to the electric chair now, Jesse. I don't
Yeah.
understand why they're gonna send me to the electric chair. They said that
Yeah.
it's gonna keep me warm. I said,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, see, that's just to reduce their costs of keeping you in here. It costs so much money to keep you in protective custody that it's just easier to end it all. You had a good run, Lori. You had a really good run. I can't even call you your character name anymore. It's just now Lori.
You know, since I've been in prison, I've learned a lot. Like I got a GED while I was in here. I didn't need it, but I got it, and then I went to college, and then and then I got the part of Ophelia in Othello, and I'm really proud of that. And my manager says that I think I'm gonna get a part in Othello as Ophelia.
All right. Hey, good luck.
Did I tell you that I got the part of Ophelia and Othello? It's really good. I'm gonna be in Shakespeare's. Yeah, he's gonna be here right now. I gotta go. Shakespeare's here. I'm gonna go. I gotta go. I love you, Jesse. I love you. Bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
And that's it. Oh my goodness, we squeezed in a 50-year later version. That was fantastic. I could not have done that better. I'm so glad you played that part. Francis. I'm so glad you played that.
You know what? I do realize that Ophelia is not an Othello, by the way. I don't believe it.
That sounded good to me.
Yeah, but
It sounded good to me, so I went with it. Yeah. So I think we're having too much fun with this Laughlin thing. So I think to answer this dog question, I think it's over.
Change the dog's name.
It's
Change
over.
the dog's name.
Or change the dog's name. Yeah.
Change the dog's name.
Maybe that's easier. Maybe it's like I'm trying to think of an improv equivalent, and I can't really right now.
Well, it's sort of like when you forget a name in a scene of somebody.
Ooh, true.
You kind of come up with a nickname or something. Just got to do something. Just change it and hope nobody notices.
Yeah, because I totally forgot Aunt Becky's name.
Yeah, sure.
during the whole thing. I was like,
Sure.
I'm just gonna keep calling you Lori because I can't remember Becky. I couldn't remember it, and I was like, I know I said it in the last scene. I can't remember it right now, so I'm just gonna keep saying Lori. And you said yes. That was good. So maybe that's her answer. Just change the name of the dog.
answer. Yes.
Yeah.
And that was Jesse was John Stamos, right?
Yes, he was.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to just say you were excellent as 50-year in the future John Stamos.
Yeah, because he looks fan-freaking-tastic.
He does.
Looks fabulous for his age.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, it's amazing how you had to do so little work, but
Right.
yet it was so large.
That I'm kind of a method actor, so I look good for my age.
Right. And in that scene I was more of a meth actor.
Yeah, just meth, straight up,
Straight meth.
very Indiana. Speaking of meth, that is the end of our show tonight. That's the end of our show. This is an addictive show. This show is something that you want to watch over and over and over again. It's a show that we want to continue playing over and over again. So if you'd like this show, please let us know in the comments below, whether you're on Twitch, you're on YouTube, you are on Facebook. If you show us some love, if you've got questions, we have one more episode that's on the schedule. We have to talk to the In Productions head boss to see if we can get extended. We'd love to get extended, but we need your questions to fuel the next episodes. So feel free, email us at love@inproductionsllc.com. And, hopefully we'll start using that. And then I can convince the boss upstairs that, hey, we need to continue doing this right now.
It's all about
It's all about the Benjamins. Well, I have been your host, Nelson Velazquez,
And I'm Dr. Francis Veltri.
and we bid you adieu. Adios.